My film comes from a personal part of my past. It can be assumed that taking past experiences and emotions and putting them into a visual format to share with others can feel intimidating, and nonetheless, a great challenge. There's so many different directions to go, and it's hard to decide where to start. So I created a series of mood boards. Each mood board represents a scene. There are 5 of them with an additional 2 from my personal archives, which we will be discussing later. Within this scene, I focus on location, color, and visual cues, such as props and angles. So let's look at what I made. The first scene is a classroom. I focus on the colors of blue and brown with a little bit of green. The blues represent loneliness and melancholy, and the brown honestly represent the surroundings in a classroom, such as the desks and the doors. For visual cues, I chose the headphones, which will be a prop, an important prop that is, in my film, and the amount of people, 1, as well as locations such as the hallway and at a desk. My second location is a forest. I focus on earth tones such as greens, browns, and blues. The greens are the most important part for me. For visual cues, I focus on the details in the bark, the depth of field on a tree, camera angles, and the details just walking through a forest. For my third scene, I will be focusing on sidewalk in the city. This scene, ideally, is in the rain. The colors are very dark. They're grays and blues to bring back that melancholy, a little bit of disappointment. The visual cues are rain and concrete, just urbanization. My fourth scene is the rock beach. This scene is bright, colorful, focusing on orange and some earth tones, such as brown and gray, with a little bit of blue. Focus on the detail in the rock. I want to build a cairn, which is the image in the middle, and the water. And this is where we jump into my personal archives. This is the 5th location, the bedroom. These photos are from the time that I am writing about. I took all of these except for the one in the lower right. The important pieces here are the props. The fairy lights and the ukulele. The colors are dark, focusing on blues, a little bit of gray. And here's my wardrobe. These are also all from my personal archives. These are all me. Maroon was a very, very important color for me at the time. It was a color I was drawn to. I would wear all the time as seen. I wore a lot of black, and the hat is a very important prop for me. This was something I wore all the time. While I don't have this hat, I will still be including a beanie because it is essential for my outfit. And these are images from when I would go on these adventures that I am writing about. These are real photos that I took in real time. The forget-me-nots are really important for me. It represents the river by my house. However, using forget-me-nots in my film is a little bit of a stretch for me, but it's a good reminder of what the river was like when I went there and what I used to always focus on. The photography is also an important aspect for my film, which is why I chose to include these. Not only is it a reflection, but it also shows me the photos I used to take as a 14-year-old with my iPhone. And lastly, these are the locations I would go to. The top one is my driveway, and then it's the forest I used to walk to by my house, the lake I used to go to in the summers, and the trails I used to hike. All of these mood boards and photo references have allowed me to create a film I envision.